I shall now reveal unto you fully this knowledge and wisdom, knowing which nothing else remains to be known in this world. So he's saying, I will give you, Arjun, such knowledge which will bring about a miracle in you. How does knowledge bring about miracles? Let us say, for example, there is a stone. Now, do you value a stone? Of course not. It's practically worthless. But if somebody comes and gives you the knowledge, this stone, do you know, it's a shaligram that I got from Damodar Kund when I had gone to Nepal. Really? Yes. And they were telling me that it used to be worshipped by great sages for hundreds of years. Oh my God, this is such a special stone. Now, the stone is the same, but your knowledge of it has added on. So the moment you are understanding its value, you are growing in your love and reverence for the stone. Knowledge has the power to evoke love and devotion. There is one sadhu sitting by the roadside, ascetic monk. And you go by, you see that saffron clothes, you say, you curl your nose, who knows who he is. All kinds of sadhus in this Kalyug. You have no respect. But your friend who was walking with you says, Are, do you know who that sadhu is? He has got 64 ashrams around the world. 64 ashrams? Bhai, must be something. Do you know he has written commentaries on 10 Upanishads? Hare, such a big jnani. Do you know that he was a judge of the High Court and retired and became a sadhu? Hare. And he has got 10,000 disciples. Oh, seems like I am having darshan of a great personality. You go and offer your pranam. So, the sadhu is the same. But as you are learning about him, your devotion is increasing. Likewise, we want to develop, cultivate love for the Supreme in our hearts. And what is the sadhan, the means for it? One powerful means is devotion. As you get to know the glories of God, you will naturally start enhancing your love for Him. There was once a person who met with an accident. He was driving in the countryside and his car hit the side and he was knocked unconscious. A villager there put him on his bullock cart and took this unconscious, injured person all the way to the hospital, which was 3 miles away. The doctor looked and said, My, an immediate surgery is required. For the surgery, blood was necessary. The villager said, check mine. It was matching. He said, all right, take my blood. And then they discovered this guy's relatives' numbers and called them over. They rushed to the scene. In the meantime, his surgery was complete. And when he came to consciousness, he saw his mother there, Mummy. He saw his father, Papa. He saw his relatives. And then he looked at the villager. Who is this man? People told him, do you know what? You were unconscious there. And this villager is the one who brought you over and saved your life. Arey, really? Yes. And not only that, he gave you blood when you needed. Is it? He is the one who did phone calls to call us over. Oh my God, I owe my life to you. I am indebted. Again, knowledge has made the difference in evoking devotion. So Sri Krishna is the supreme spiritual teacher. He knows how exactly to cultivate these sentiments in Arjun's heart. He says, Arjun, I will give you life-transforming knowledge. This modern age is called the age of knowledge. If we look at the social evolution of society over the last 2000 years, the world has moved from the age of agriculture to the age of manufacturing about 250-300 years ago when the industrial revolution took place. The age of manufacturing began where consumer goods were getting mass produced in factories. So from there, in this 20th century, we moved into the age of marketing, because the manufacturing became so common, everybody knew how to manufacture. So those who had better marketing strategies, they started dominating society. And then, in the last 40 years, ever since PCs got developed, we are now in the knowledge age. These modern times are characterized by three powerful forces that are interacting with each other and changing the world so rapidly in the space of a few years. The first is the information revolution. The amount of information, somebody estimated that a person in Europe in the 10th century was exposed to all their life. That much of information is available in one Sunday edition of the New York Times. So imagine how much information is available to us. When I was doing engineering, now we had so many books and it was so expensive to purchase them. So naturally we had to go to the library to consult them. And the library would have limited copies, so we had to be in line to get the book. I'm talking about the pre-internet days. And then the internet changed everything, where the information of 500,000 libraries is available on the internet for you to access. And with mobiles, you can access it right from your fingertips. So first is this information revolution, the World Wide Web with its 2 billion websites. And the second is the technological revolution, where you can access that information, you can store it in your PC, in your hard drive. You can compute and work upon it to create more information and then distribute it. So that power, through the development of computers, etc., has suddenly become available over the last few decades. And the third is the communications revolution, where whatever knowledge, information you create, you can distribute it around the world. Nowadays, with just one click of your mouse, you can share your knowledge right into the email boxes of 10,000 people. But with the advent of social media, it's become even faster. In the amount of time it takes to create one Insta post, you can ensure the knowledge reaches out to millions. So this is the communication revolution, and all of these are ensuring that knowledge in one part of the world is available to people on the other side. And they access it, they utilize it to create more knowledge. So the combined knowledge of all humankind is increasing so rapidly in modern times as has never happened in 5,000 years. So this has changed the socio-economic perspective of society. All through history, wars were fought for natural resources, for land, for rivers, because they were the means of economic prosperity, for labor. And now there's a new resource called knowledge, which even banks are unable to fathom how to put a number on this. One immigrant enters America. They ask at the customs, do you have anything to declare? He says, I've got nothing to declare. But he has an idea in his head. And very soon, he launches a company which becomes worth 1 billion. This is the age of knowledge. And despite all the knowledge resounding like never before, still the level of happiness, the level of peace, contentment does not seem to have increased. What is the reason for this? When knowledge is so powerful, why is it that humankind is not getting the benefits it should? There's a difference between knowledge and its realization. There is one theoretical knowledge and one practical realization. One knowledge you get from the outside and one knowledge that arises from the inside. One you get through tuition and the other you get through intuition. One is acquired through the senses, mind and intellect, and one arises from within as an experiential wisdom. So in Sanskrit this is called Shabdik Gyan, or knowledge of theory, and this is called Anubhav Gyan, or practical realization. So theory is all very well, but if it is not accompanied by its inner realization, that theory is really no use. Swami Vivekananda said, you may have the knowledge of all the libraries in your head, but if your character does not change spiritually, then what is the benefit of it? So what is the difference between somebody who knows all the Vedas by heart but does not implement them and an illiterate fool? So our scriptures say, Yatha kharas chandana bharavahi bharasya vetta natu chandanasya. If on a donkey you put sandalwood, the donkey will only know its weight, not the value of the sandalwood. So the thing that is really transformative is the inner experience. That inner experience leads to humbleness. And knowledge, which is dry and without experience, leads to pride. So Vidya Dadati Vinayam. Sri Krishna is telling Arjun that, Arjun, I will give you the theoretical knowledge and I will also give you its practical realization.
Arjuna Uvacha